Texting. America, this is the first time we're doing this in the big stage because my brother from a not so adjacent mother, because she's down in Myrtle Beach. Anyway, Surfside for the Lapers. The shameless one, he's back. We missed him. He's back for his goddaughter's birthday. Happy 14th birthday, Mia. We love you.
Happy birthday, Mia.
The redoubtable one in his usual perch, awaiting, the chance to pounce, which I'm sure he will tonight. Because we have a Cowboy fan in the house, America. Ooh. We have a Cowboy fan in the house.
Them boys.
A team that offensively is very prolific and defensively is incredibly horrific. I don't know how many times I've seen this in the history of the NFL, but they are number one in offense and they are dead last in defense. And I don't remember the last time we saw this.
Well,
I think it's probably happened.
First of all, let's talk about, so the shameless one, perfect name, by the way.
Yes, I think it is.
Especially when you think about, RJ and I talk a lot about this, but people who come from certain regions of the country rooting for a-hole franchises in other parts of the country.
Yeah,
RJ,
the Cowboys.
Right. Hence the Cowboys.
I'm sorry, is he not a Notre Dame fan?
Yeah, but he's white and Irish.
Hold on. Is he not a Duke fan? Are we kidding? Are you kidding?
I break his balls for that, but that's college. That's different.
Oh, are you a BC
College
fan?
is different.
You're a North Carolina Tar Heel fan. So shut the fuck up.
Oh my God!
Shut the fuck up.
That's the same thing.
That's
the same
preface,
thing.
Preface.
Literally.
Wait, only did
the
it.
two perennial.
Only did it to counter him liking Duke. I used to like actually Georgetown growing up.
I became a
I
Duke
Georgetown
fan.
growing up.
I became a Duke fan
against Syracuse was my favorite rivalry.
I was a Duke fan in 1986. Allery and John Dawkins, they were really good. They had the Final Four. They lost to Louisville. I became a Duke fan
were
then.
A Syracuse fan
And then Grant Hill showed up, who I saw up close and personally. He's still the best high school player I've ever seen. He's a class act. He went to Duke, and that sealed.
So when did you sign your "I'm going to be a Duke fan" papers? Because
hold on.
Are you upset because Duke is like the standard?
Before this goes off the rails.
Yes.
Well, it always goes off.
I mean, that's what we've been put on this earth to do.
By the way,
Literally
IDD, don't disagree. It is a slug 'em down. And sip 'em slow Saturday. Yes, Big Pipey is here. We will also talk about Pipe Alonso's future and singer too. We are starting with football because the Cowboy fan is here. And again, as great as his offense is, the defense is like him, shameless. It's shameless.
What's worse, Cowboys defense or the Ravens defense?
Statistically, Cowboys.
Really?
The Ravens are a third worst defense in the league.
Who's second?
I want to say it's the Chicago Bears.
Wow.
Well, you got to remember, and I believe I've said this on this show before, the Dallas Cowboys will not win a Super Bowl as long as Jerry Jones is either alive or in charge of the Cowboys. I've never strayed from that, ever. And he is great, or not him per se, but the Cowboys are great at drafting talent.
No doubt.
They get the best
their
talent
rosters every year.
Stacked.
They have had a top, I think you would agree with me, in the past 5 years, they've had a top 5 roster at least 3 of those 5 years. I don't think I'm wrong when I say
and
that.
they usually have a top line.
And that's without
this year again. They have a top line.
They usually have O-line and D-line.
They have the 3 T's up front that they drafted. One's from Alabama. They're nasty on offense. Why do you think they can run the ball again?
So
the offensive line.
By the way, this segment brought to you by Dr. Venkman. This is our official Halloween drink. You take a sip of that.
And the Diet Pep.
And the Diet Pep, yeah.
But I wanted to ask Pete.
Well, tell me what you think first.
It's good. It's good. What kind of Gatorade is that?
This is the cucumber.
I thought I got
it. Very good, yeah. With the,
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's got
right, I didn't know what I was drinking, so
it's also got triple second.
All right, now I know what it tastes like.
Yeah.
Now I need another sip.
I can make you a drink. We got plenty. Well, I'll make them between segment 1 and segment 2.
Back to your question, kind
yes,
sir.
my question.
Sorry.
What do you think the ceiling is for the Cowboys? Knowing that their defense is bad, okay, it's going to be bad. But how many games can they win just?
Oh, they could very easily get to 10 wins.
You think so?
They could, because the schedule's weak. They didn't do well last year. I think the game this week they're playing a freaking layup this week. They get the Jets, I think.
They do.
They're in New York.
That's not necessarily.
I don't know if that's a layup. The Jets.
Well, I'm just saying.
The Jets have cost themselves at least 2 games.
The Jets' record is worse than it.
Yeah, and they actually should have beaten Pittsburgh.
Fair
and
enough,
they should have beaten Miami.
But it's just in Fields.
That's true.
And he's going against that.
But they're going against your defense.
Our
So
D is terrible.
they might actually score.
They could, and I'm not surprised if they do. But do I think Dallas will outscore them ultimately in this particular game? And Dallas probably will. I don't think that doesn't mean I think Dallas is good. I
Well,
just don't
let's
know
be
the
clear
Jets
about
are
it. The
bad.
Jets' defense is not in the bottom 12. It's in the
It's
top.
not bad.
It's actually 14th.
Yeah, but
It's
Dallas,
not bad.
Dallas
It's
scored
decent.
on Green Bay and Philly, who are better defenses than the Jets.
Sauce Gardner is legit.
Yep,
The
they are.
corner. They've got some good pass rushers.
Ask a Jets fan,
Yeah.
they might not say that about Sauce Gardner.
Maybe not.
No,
Well,
maybe
no,
not.
but they've been a comedy of errors.
They've been killing him.
They've been the definition of killing yourself this year would be the New York
And
Jets.
believe it or
really
not,
is.
even though I don't like him, meaning I shouldn't say I don't like him, I'm oblivious to him. I don't think Schottenheimer is as terrible a coach as they could have gotten. I thought Garrett was
So far, he hasn't been.
No, they're actually playing better than they
But
thought they
who
would.
is coaching that defense?
Not him.
The problem?
But then again,
Who's their defense?
they don't have any players other than is it Diggs? Who's
Trayvon-
the,
yeah,
Trayvon
Wait,
Diggs.
wait, hold
Yeah,
on.
him.
They have some
hold
talent.
up. Wait, they have a great secondary. They have two. Jerron Bland broke the friggin' interception
Yeah,
record
where
a
did they
year
get
ago.
him
Their
from?
front seven is awful.
That's just what. Hold up, what I'm saying. Their
Is it-
secondary is nasty.
Are
Their
there
front seven-
injuries on the front? What happened there?
Well, they were never going to stop the run to begin with. They used to have DeMarcus Lawrence too. I want to keep forgetting.
Right,
that.
I remember
They still,
that
I
guy
don't
was
know if they
good.
still have. No, he's gone. But they had him and Micah Parsons. So I know Micah Parsons, while he's not a run stopper, he's still.
They have
just a
not been
threat.
able to stop the run in 5 years. And
Yeah,
that's been their
they're-
downfall.
And the one thing
Oh,
they.
yeah, because people used to
People
run
run right at them.
them.
Right.
But one thing, and once again, I try to be fair and honest about things when it comes to Dallas, especially honest. I love Micah Parsons. I was more pissed than anybody. This is just another reason for me to want to kill Jerry Jones. But at the same time, they weren't winning with him either. He had no sacks
that
in
wasn't
the
his
playoffs.
fault.
I get it, but the Cowboys aren't changing, is my point. Like, they had one of the best pass rushers, and they still couldn't,
It just sucks
couldn't get
only-
anything
it
out of him
sucks
because
only
their
getting
other
2
part of their
picks for
team
that guy.
sucks.
But this
It
is the
sucks
problem.
getting 2 picks for that guy.
The
Well,
problem.
they got what? They got a player,
And
two picks. The player's good, actually. He's not Mika. I'm not calling him that, but he's a run stopper. Which they Micah. Whatever. I gotta give a shit now.
Pipe Alonso's undefeated. You understand that?
No, he always is called the Mika.
Anyway, without Micah Parsons there, when he was there in the playoffs, they weren't good enough anyway. They couldn't stop anybody, even with him as a pass rusher. And they had a great secondary. They just couldn't stop the run. The teams went right up Broadway. Didn't matter.
Yeah.
When they played this is what's a comedy of errors. When they played the Niners, then it was Dak not playing well.
Dak was
Yeah,
terrible
he blew
in
that
game.
He did. But once
Actually,
again,
2 of them. He slid on the
Yeah.
first one.
And the
He
thing
blew
is-
2 of
but
them.
the thing is, though-
Remember that? They lost by 1 point.
the thing is, though, I can understand why you blame Dak. He's the quarterback. They always get the most blame and the most praise when they win. But was it Dak or was it the coaching? I mean, I don't know what plays
No,
you get
Dak
sent
was
in.
missing throws.
Dak threw 2 picks in the red zone that were
No,
awful.
that. But
They
then
weren't
And
Bailey
there were a couple
Zappi
that
bad.
didn't get caught.
That didn't
Like,
get caught.
they
Yeah,
hit people in the
your
head.
defense that day
Actually
against
played
that
pretty
loaded
well.
Niner offense, I thought that was the best game the Dallas defense played.
Yeah, I did too.
The Dallas defense did enough to win that game. Dak killed them.
But at
The
the,
2
same,
picks.
at the same time, this year's Dallas line is way better than that year's Dallas line. They only had Zach Martin.
Offense or defense?
Offensive line.
The defense.
Oh, it's
Their
really-
offensive line is good this year.
Yeah.
It's good. That's one of the
It's
scoring.
always good.
It is. Well, that's one thing I don't get about Jerry Jones. He can see talent. It's like, why can't you see what you're not good at? You can't coach. Get a coach, a real
But
freaking
yeah,
coach.
but I
No
don't think
real
Jerry
coach.
Jones isn't driving those decisions in the draft room anymore. It's his
No,
son.
but I
His
mean,
son.
he's always been involved. They never drafted
No,
bad
he's
since
an
he's been.
idiot. He doesn't know football like that.
I'm not saying he does, but
He knows the
lets,
business of
He
He
football.
lets,
knows the business,
but he doesn't
he's
know
not
how to
picking
build it.
players.
yeah, but whoever's picking them, he obviously is smart enough to know they know what they're doing. So either way, it's his
Yeah,
call.
I guess you're
He's
right.
the owner. So whether he's making the picks or not, he knows the right guy to do
He's
it.
managing that part of it well.
Very well.
Yeah, you're right.
Their only problem is, you gotta get real coaches. You gotta get real coaches.
You're not going to get real. You said it yourself. No real coach wants nothing to do with
undermines
that
the
guy.
culture.
He totally undermines it. Jerry Jones
does.
is the culture, and no real coach. Why do you think Parcells left?
Well, the
He's
coaches,
like, I'm not going to be able to win with this
the
asshole.
coaches are all their own problem too. When I say that, I mean it in a positive way. Coaches don't want the owner getting in their business. They want to run shit the way they
They
want to
have
run.
the same
and I
ego.
get it, but they have the same tremendous ego.
But
I mean,
that's
look,
what part of what makes him great.
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean,
I mean, you got to have a big ego to be
wait
a
a
coach.
second, hold up. I'm not trying to get in an argument with you here, but I'm just saying, Belichick was just like that in his prime. He didn't want the owners doing anything. They didn't mess with him because they know he quit, just like Parcells did. If you mess with him,
I never
they
said
let him do his
Belichick
thing.
couldn't coach. I said Belichick, the GM, killed Belichick, the coach.
Oh, yeah,
That's a fact.
That's true.
No,
Okay.
but you get
if
what I'm
Belichick
saying, though.
was just coaching, and someone else was picking the talent,
Yeah.
that thing might still be going.
But you get what I'm
So,
saying, though.
There's
that,
no might about it.
But you get what I'm saying, though. If like Kraft was smart enough to let Belichick do Belichick and not get in the friggin' way. Just let him do what
Well,
he's
because
doing.
he made the mistake with Parcells.
Exactly.
He learned his lesson. All right, you run this thing.
Well,
Tell me
Jerry-
what you need, and I'll get you the
Well,
checks.
Bill Parcells got the Dallas Cowboys to the playoffs with Quincy friggin' Carter, and he still.
Bill Parcells is a great coach.
Yeah, but Jerry Jones still couldn't get out of his own way and tried to interfere. What happened? Parcells quit. Moved on. And that was the best coach, the last best coach.
That's the last good
they've
coach you had. Let's be honest.
All right, so let's look at this schedule. Jets this weekend.
Well,
he picked the Jets.
I picked the Jets to him. Yes, I did.
I'm tired of picking the Jets and getting burned, so I went with your boys.
Yeah, I'm going.
But I mean, I think that's W.
Yeah,
Then you got the Panthers,
W.
W, but not a cookie anymore. Commanders in Dallas.
Well, Jay
Dale's
just
back.
getting
He's
back
back.
this week. I like Washington's offense. It's a rivalry team. I wouldn't be surprised if Washington beats them. Wouldn't be shocked at all. Right now,
I
that's
think
possible.
Washington will beat them.
Is it in Dallas or Washington?
It's in Dallas.
I would, if I was betting and I had to, I'd take Dallas. Right now, I think that's kind of even. Just because I don't know what Washington's about yet.
Then you go to Denver.
Denver, they're going to lose. Not winning in Denver.
Then you go home and play the Cardinals.
They'll probably beat the Cardinals. The Cardinals aren't playing well yet anyway. At least they haven't
They're
seen
2-2.
much. Yeah,
They
well,
lost to
actually,
the Niners by 1 point.
yeah, but I mean, they finally got
They lost-
Marvin Harrison Jr. involved. He started getting catches. last
The
week.
problem with the Cardinals to me is Kyler Murray. He's a wild card.
I know.
One game he looks
Right.
great. The next game it's like, who
The
are you?
consistency
He's not
is not
consistent.
there
He's
either.
up and down.
And that's a team, I think, once again, I'm not saying they'll probably blow that game, but should they beat them? Yeah, they should. But
It's a winnable one.
It's a winnable one.
It's winnable. I'm saying they can't beat him. No. And it's at home.
Then they go to Vegas.
They'll win. Vegas sucks.
Pete
Then-
Carroll, we did, but no, Pete. This has got to be the worst Pete Carroll defense I've ever seen.
I know.
The one thing Pete Carroll could always do, like Belichick, is coach defense. Their defense sucks. It sucks.
Everyone keeps though forgetting
I mean-
this about Pete Carroll. This is what I always tell people, like, especially college. I mean, it comes to football. Basketball doesn't work. You can't take a college coach from basketball up to the pros. It just doesn't work that well. It doesn't. In football, it
Unless you have
does.
Larry Brown.
Larry Brown did it.
He's one of the few that's been successful. Most of them
Brad
get
Stevens
smoked.
did it. Brad Stevens was very successful.
But he's another one. He's a rare.
John
and also-
Calipari did it.
Well, he was good in New
I was gonna
Jersey.
say, what?
Actually, New Jersey was
It was
pretty
pretty
good.
quick,
But the
though.
other
It was
place he
pretty
went,
quick.
he wasn't.
Hey, how did Rick Pitino do? Let's all talk about that one.
Well, actually, with the Knicks, he was good before he went to before he went to Kentucky. Because remember, he went from Providence to the Knicks.
You know what the problem
When
is?
he went to Kentucky,
Fans-
is when his head blew
Well,
up.
the
and
problem
it
is
freaking-
this city, the negativity in this city, it sucks.
Sucks.
It sucks. And the fan base, they're negative. They suck too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
this is a great organization, and it sucks. Those were his
Is
examples.
that what Patino said?
He got smoked.
All right.
And then one day he just didn't come home on the plane.
Yeah, he's gonna go home.
All right, so after the Raiders, you go home to play the Eagles.
Unless CD Land is back, which he should be by
How
that
long is he
day.
going to be out?
I guess it's. I
So they're gonna win all these games without.
Without
I
CD
didn't,
Lamb?
I didn't say they were going to win all of them. I even told you there were two they were going to lose.
Well,
They're
you
gonna
said
lose to Denver.
you said you wouldn't be surprised if they beat the Commanders. They need CD to beat.
They're not beating them.
I said I wouldn't be surprised. Once again, that wasn't a pickup for me. I didn't say
No,
Dallas
I
would
know.
play. I'm like, they could win. Dallas,
I'm just saying, no CD. I'd be surprised if they beat the Commanders.
they probably will lose to the Commanders without CD.
They might lose to the Cardinals without CD.
They need.
I think he's back by then.
All right.
He's already walking around the sideline. He's not even
All
up.
right, so then,
All right, never mind. Go
so
ahead.
then it goes Eagles, Chiefs, Lions.
Where's the Chiefs game?
See, these
It's
are
in
all
Dallas.
these are all three they lose though right now.
You think so?
Yeah, well, look at it this way. Could
So-
they pull out one? Yeah, it's possible.
Eagles,
Would
Chiefs-
I favor them in any of them?
Eagles,
No.
Chiefs, Lions. It's a
I'm
tough
saying-
stretch.
I'm thinking-
That's a tough stretch.
I'm picking all three of them.
Then you go Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, Giants.
The Vikings, depending on who's quarterback.
That's a bad
That's
stretch.
tough. To
Dude,
Chargers.
when you're in the NFC
Yeah.
East,
It's not easy.
no matter what, your schedule is not going to be that easy.
If I had to honestly
the
predict
Eagles
it,
and the
they're
Commanders
going to be. I'll predict 8-9. Is what I'm thinking. Is most likely. They're probably going to be right in the middle of
I
the
think
pack.
that's realistic because of that defense.
Their defense is so bad.
Their
If their-
offense
if their
is scoring
defense
off-
was,
well,
if your defense was just average, you'd be a
Mediocre.
contender.
well, the
Just
reason
average.
they'd be a contender because this year, once again, offensive line is the major reason, but they can run the football. This guy Kyler Williams, whatever his name is, he's been killing it for Dallas. I have him in fantasy. He's been carrying me in 2 leagues.
What's his name?
Williams is last name. Kyler, I think is his first name.
Kyler Williams.
He's been good behind that offensive line. They've been running well. They ran well with the Packers. That's how they were able to stay in the game.
All right, so you think, I don't know how long see them going to be out, but you think they can stay afloat until he gets back?
the schedule is in their favor for that to happen. The real power of it, he should be backed by, but that doesn't mean they're going to beat any of those teams.
Well, they still have the same problem. They can't stop anybody.
Yeah, but also
some of those teams have very good
But also,
defenses.
Diggs is back, and I think Deron Bland is back too. So that's going to help their secondary because when they got blasted the first
They were
time,
both out?
they were both out. Those guys were both out, and they had no pass rush. That's why they got lit up that bad. Never mind, they would have lit up anyway, but not as bad. Those Deron
Who
Bland
was in
and
when the
Diggs.
Giants put 37 on?
Neither one of those guys were there. Deron Bland and Diggs had both been
Game
out.
2?
Yeah, they weren't there. They were
That's
hurt.
why Russell threw for 450.
He lit them up. There was no one back there. It was me back there playing.
Trayvon Diggs was back there.
I don't know if but he might have just got back. I mean, like what I'm saying is their secondary is not full strength the first 4 games at all. They're finally getting back to 4, meaning they'll both be
He's
the
saying
start
8-9.
lineup.
I kind of believe.
I think that's realistic.
Yeah, I'm not unreal.
I think
No,
their
no,
offense
This started because you said you think they can win 10.
I said it's
You're like,
possible.
whoa.
It's
Yeah.
possible. A long shot, but possible. The schedule, once again, is weak enough where they could. Because Minnesota's not as powerful this year since the quarterback change. It's been different.
Switching gears, so there's your Dallas Cowboy intake. We'll get back to them later, but switching gears to the Giants. With Neighbors gone, we have not talked about this because now is the reality.
That's another thing.
Who is the number 1 receiver? Is it the kid? What's his name there with the W?
I mean, Wandell.
Is it
He's
him?
He's more of a slot receiver.
Oh, by the way,
It
Is it
kind of
Slayton?
becomes Slayton.
by the way, another thing about the Redskins you mentioned, you know who just got injured? He's out. McLaurin.
Yeah.
So they only got Debo, so they're not exactly 100% either. I don't know
We
if
don't
he'll be
know
back.
how long
James
McCoy's
back.
gonna be out.
James
Yeah, I don't know how long
James
McCoy's
back
out.
this week.
Yeah.
The point is, so you think it's got to be Slate by default?
Well,
And by
because
the way,
he's a
did you hear the-
wideout.
by the way, did you hear the
Wandell
news?
Robinson is a slot receiver.
You guys must have heard this news. A.J. Brown got traded.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He's
To
good.
who?
He's not on Philly anymore. Yeah, look at your phone. My phone's in their charger.
When the fuck did
A.J.
that
Brown
happen?
got traded.
Hold on, America. Pete's breaking news, and you better not.
I
be
wish he
stunned.
would have gotten traded to the Giants
I
for
think
Russell
that-
Wilson.
I'm not saying that happened. But I'm pretty sure A.J. Brown got traded. Could be wrong.
I just put in AJ Wilson.
He got traded too.
A.J. Wilson too. He's gone.
He still shows him as receiver.
Just type in A.J. Brown.
I'm looking right now. First of all, if he was
He has
traded,
not been
ESPN
traded.
would have highlighted.
He's not
this.
been traded.
He's not been traded. It's still Sanchez arrested, faces 3 possible charges.
Dude, Mark
Dirty
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez got stabbed
Yeah.
and then got arrested.
Yeah.
What did he get arrested for?
Well, I think he called like he
caused
did
it, I
something to
guess.
somebody that made them stab
Stab
him.
him.
He is a dirty Sanchez.
Yeah, he is dirty. Well, how dirty? The butt fumble, America. That's dirty.
That is dirty.
You know,
Sanchez.
dirty.
All right. So anyway, look, back to the Giants.
That's
Well,
okay.
thanks for the false breaking news. Back to the Giants. Look,
Yeah, dude. What are you?
yeah.
No, I'm
Boston,
not.
you a Boston sports talk guy?
It's not. There's nothing in there. I just searched the whole thing. The thing is, look, the Giants have to figure out how to compensate for the loss of this kid. No one's going to replace him. Don't get me wrong. He's the top 5, 6 receiver probably in this league the way he was playing. But they've got Scatterbo, they've got Slade, they've got Wandell, they've got the tight ends pretty good.
You've got a couple
They
tight
got-
ends
they got-
actually.
Yeah. So I mean,
The
they've
question
got-
is Dart going to be for real? I mean, it was that one game thing.
he is the most for
Well, I
real.
mean, he
is the
wasn't-
most for real.
He didn't come out and play like Tom Brady.
Oh, I didn't see
I
him
mean,
play. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
like
you
he
know,
didn't have the best game statistically.
Look.
What he brought to the team
Leadership.
was like a completely different kind of energy
Yeah.
that they haven't had in a while.
kind of like a
long time.
Baker Mayfield type.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I'm in this game now. We're not playing like a bunch of bitches and losing 3 games.
By the way, we're talking football right now. Can we talk about the biggest joke in the room now, which is the friggin' Cleveland Browns? How do you let go of Baker Mayfield to take on
We have been
the
talking
Sean
about this.
We've
Watson?
never stopped talking about
We have
that.
never stopped talking about
Like
this.
Baker Mayfield is carrying that Buccaneers team. He
All-
is nasty.
All-time GM Lofi was letting him go
And signing
and
Desha-
then trading for Deshaun Watson and paying him the
$200
largest
million.
guarantee ever in the NFL.
The NFL.
And by the way, you're not even going to start Shador Sanders. You have like
But,
literally.
hey, so you're jumping ahead. We're gonna get to that in a minute. Let's go back to the G-Man. You said
Right in the middle of the
Jackson-
Giants.
he's like you. Frickin', he's like you. He did. Yeah, not to cut you off.
Worse.
The point is, Jackson Dart. You're right. He brought a different energy to that team they haven't had before. Here's the thing, and I swear, the meat puppets up in Boston are really gonna. They're frying. They're eating shit for Mac Jones right now, and they're gonna eat it for this kid too. Here's the thing. Fucking this kid made his bones in the SEC. Okay, he played in front of 100,000 people every fucking Saturday.
Yeah.
He's not afraid of a big moment. He's used to it. He was raised in it. Okay, it's like when Bane was fighting Batman. Oh, you adapted the dog. I was raised in it. Born in it.
Actually, he wasn't born.
He's raised it. Raised it. That's Jackson Dart in the SEC. You think he's afraid? No.
But
Okay.
we are both
And by the way,
educated, aren't we, Bruce?
And again, the key here is Dave Hall's going to let this kid be himself. Like he did last week. Let him be himself. He's going to make some mistakes. That's fine. Let him be himself. That's the best way to get the fastest results out of him. You start trying, we talked about, he didn't do it last week. You put the kid gloves on him and you give him these, we don't give him too much, and you hold him back. That's the quickest way to destroy
Well, the red
kid's
zone,
confidence.
that's what they fucking do.
They're still doing it.
They need to get there, but it's not because they don't want to give him too much. They are that horrible strategically in the red zone. They do not know how to
Dayball
create
does not-
space.
is not-
Doesn't know how to create space.
One thing I don't
And-
get, why is it a guy, maybe it's just because his genius in football, it could be that. Why is it that Peyton Manning, when he played, I know that's saying Peyton Manning, it's a lot, but he just go up the line and just mess with people the whole damn time. The defense is running around, they don't know what's going on. All he's saying is Omaha, that's all he's saying, and they're running around like crazy, and all of a sudden he just can't stop it.
He's an all-time great.
But I mean,
An
these other
all-time great
guys
can do that.
who you literally could probably just hand the ball off and score, they managed to fumble about, fuck it up.
Well, that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about the Giants getting the ball to the 5-yard line
And
then
themselves.
calling 3 of the worst
That's
plays
my
you've ever
point, though.
seen.
That should be an automatic touchdown. You're at the 5.
Yes. But they go, you know what we should do? All right. Let's show run, and let's run right up the middle into the teeth of this defense.
Which is in a jumbo package.
Oh, you know what we'll do now? Let's bring in that rookie offensive lineman we just drafted. Let's do a play action pass to that rookie offensive lineman. That'll catch him sleeping.
Now,
Like,
me sleeping.
Talk about dumb assery. Then if they can get out of their way in the red zone, I mean, Dart would have had 2 more touchdowns.
Yeah, they are playing the Saints tomorrow, who are abysmal. They're 0-4. They stink. They have no quarterback. They have no coach. They have nothing. This is a very winnable game for the Giants. Coming off, they beat the undefeated LA Chargers. They didn't just beat nobody. They could have beat Dallas down in Dallas a couple weeks before that. Okay, this is the thing. If their defense is going to keep them in games, this coach has, to your point, got to get creative with this offense.
Yeah.
He's got some pieces now. I don't want to hear about, well, we don't have the parts. No, you've got enough parts. You have enough parts, okay? And you got to do something about it, especially when you could be 2-3 tomorrow night.
Yeah. And the
So-
defense should keep getting better.
Yeah.
Because the defense hasn't played great yet.
By the way, here's the other thing Jackson Dart did. He gave the defense hope. If we get the ball back, this kid can win.
He could score.
They haven't had a feel. You could see it. They were like, if we just get him the ball back,
Well,
he can win.
he
the game.
came in first drive and took him on an 80 or 90 play touchdown drive. That was all he needed to do.
Yeah.
Because it was like, oh shit, we might have an offense.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like the Giants have to win this game this weekend for
They
their
do.
season.
For their
to
psyche.
feel like
First
it
of all,
means anything.
you are aware, like, you guys had the Cowboys beat. You got beat by a miracle kicker. That's the only reason you freaking
No.
lost that game.
No, they got
That
beat
guy
by a
had
stupid
64
quarterback.
You got
yards.
beat by a shit
By
quarterback.
a shit quarterback.
And a soft defense and that was coaching in my opinion. All they need to do is get the ball 20 yards, and we had our guys backed up 20
Yeah.
yards.
Oh, that was
dumb.
terrible.
That was just dumb.
I mean,
That was dumb.
that was so
I-
bad.
that's what I was saying. I'm like, well, how is Dak playing this well?
There's
Like,
nothing
he's
worse.
on fire right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, that kicker might have made it from 80 anyway.
Yeah, he's crazy. That
I
guy
mean,
Aubrey's
he
a nut.
hit a 64-yarder and it was halfway up on
Yeah,
the
he
fucking
could have backed
thing.
up 10 yards.
Yeah.
Now
So,
you understand my infuriation with Jerry Jones. He even gets a friggin' automatic kicker from 70 friggin' yards, and they still can't put together a winning record.
They're not good at keeping their talent.
Yeah.
So, and that's because of Jerry Jones's ego. But the thing about the Giants is, you're right. They have to win
They
this
need to
game
win.
tomorrow because if they do, they have a season.
Right.
At 2-3, they have a season.
There's
Right.
some semblance
Yeah.
of progress.
Yes.
Well, this way, unless you're 0 or 1 in something, with the 17 games, it's so early right now.
No,
It's
but
still wicked
this
early.
is one of the games on their schedule.
This is where
they
you
have to win.
Yeah,
could
you gotta
turn-
beat- is it the
this could
Saints?
turn
No,
the Saints, who are
Yeah,
terrible.
you guys should beat them. Scatterbo should be enough.
Right.
Scatterbo and
And that
Jackson Dart,
defense.
that defense. And the Saints don't have a good defense. Saints usually have a pretty good defense. Even their defense sucks this year. So, I mean, no, I think the Giants are going to win that game. They need to win
Yeah, I
that
think
game.
the Saints are just
The Saints are
living
toast.
in that.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Saints have no identity. They have nothing. I mean,
They got Mardi Gras.
They're in the market.
Who is their coach?
I don't even know his name. I don't even know his name.
Neither do I.
I don't even know, and furthermore, I don't care. They don't matter, they're irrelevant.
Yeah, that sucks that the Saints are irrelevant.
Last thing before we break for segment 2, big game tomorrow night. The world will be seeing it. Patriots are at the Bills. Dan Orlovsky, and he's not the only one that said this. This is a game that Buffalo is. This is going to be a tough game for the Bills. They don't. Their defense is not good right now. They're giving up 130 something yards a game on the ground. The Patriots defense now has Gonzalez back. And he looked pretty good last week for first time, so they'll be a second game back, and they're running the football.
By the way, I think they might have found their quarterback. They might have a new Tom Brady in town.
Josh McDaniels has been a godsend for this kid, and what I love about Josh McDaniels, he takes every piece he has, and unlike Dayball, he finds the use for everything he uses everybody. Yeah. He had Gibson lined up as a receiver and then getting a reverse. He's a running back. He does all kinds of shit.
I got to admit, Drake May's a fresh breath of air. He's got a great attitude. He hustles. He plays hard. He can run and throw. He's a nice athlete, just in general. And he doesn't seem to have any confidence issues.
How many receivers did he hit last game?
7.
And by the way, the Patriots is a receiving core.
Right.
Isn't exactly good.
Stephon Diggs?
1. The rest of them are...
Hunter Henry? He's playing like a Pro Bowl tight end right now. Hunter Henry is very good.
You know what?
Travion Henderson out of the backfield, the kid from Ohio State, not a scab. They've got weapons now. Don't sit there and tell me they don't have weapons. Mac Jones would have killed for this. They've got all kinds of weapons. They got a kid from fucking Washington who's a 4.4. He's got off the bench.
Where would you rate in the league their receiving core?
Right now, I would rate it probably 20th or 21st.
All right, so that's not terrible.
Well, last year was dead last.
Dead last.
Dead last.
Exactly. So he's doing it with a bottom tier receiving core. We say that, or at least
It's
third tier.
light years ahead. And by the way, the only reason I say that low is because I don't know if Diggs, he had his first run again. Let's see if he can maintain this.
Yeah,
If he can maintain this, they're going to move up.
My point.
Okay,
Exactly.
Kendrick Bourne was not Kendrick Bourne. The guy Buche from LSU was looking really good. They stopped targeting for whatever reason. He's still really good. They've got actually both their tight ends are good.
But
Hooper and Henry.
My point is though, Drake May survived a dismal season last year. Well,
he had no talent around him.
With no talent.
Not for him. He had no talent around him.
What I'm saying is he went through the team went through a terrible season, and he came out smelling like a rose. He's playing great.
He came out with
it didn't kill him. He didn't lose his confidence.
No,
it's very
he
easy.
Because he actually played well last year.
He played bad.
And behind that, it's better this year, but it was abysmal last year. That
No, but
offensive
the
line.
difference is Vrabel is a much better coach
than
fucking. I love Gerard Mayo, and one day he's probably going to be a good coach, but he had no experience. Vrabel had been to the AFC title game with Ryan Tannehill. It's not even the same stratosphere. He came in, he had a plan. He's also a former Patriot. He was the first part of that dynasty. He had done well as a coach, so he had credibility.
Yeah.
All the things Mayo didn't have. And he came in there and said, I'm in control of this shit.
And by the way,
and he wouldn't have come here if Kraft didn't give it to him.
Let's be realistic too. Kraft didn't exactly help out Gerard Mayo either, because
No, he didn't.
they didn't do any spending.
No.
They brought nothing in. They gave him a rookie quarterback with the worst offensive line in the league.
They did nothing to address
Nothing. And they just let him go out there. Just go out and die.
Why did they do that?
It was mean. They did do it.
Is it because they didn't have the people in the building to say we shouldn't do that?
No, they didn't have the people in the building, period. Here's the problem with Bill Belichick. One of the first things people said about Vrabel was they had to rebuild the infrastructure. The Patriots didn't have a scouting department. It was Bill Belichick.
Oh
The Patriots didn't have a freaking, what was the other thing they didn't have? This agent thing where they're doing the whole thing in terms of pairing up the age with the players. I guess all these teams have them, the Patriots don't. They had to do a total overhaul, actually added, of the infrastructure. That's what Vrabel brought in. He brought in scouts. Okay, he brought in freaking the guys to work with the agents and the players. He brought all this stuff. Belichick did everything. He trusted no one. He trusted no one.
That's pretty crazy.
And this is the thing. And when Nick Cassero was here, and there were guys that would go back at him. Once those guys left, then he's just bringing in all Belichick guys, which is why they inevitably fell apart. Vrabel came in. They now have a scouting department. It's huge. Okay, they have all these things, ways to evaluate players. They do the analytics thing, but they don't base it just off that, but they actually do it. Belichick wanted nothing to do with analytics. Okay, and I'm not saying that he was wrong, but sometimes that analytics stuff does help you. You shouldn't base all your decisions on it, but he didn't even look at it. He refused to look at it. He was stuck in the 19th century, and they needed to get back to the 21st century. That's why there's a whole difference. They flipped the roster by half. Half of the roster is brand new.
But the problem is that what Belichick would see, he's probably seeing what you're seeing up in down in Miami right now, where the eggheads take over, you get a young coach, and then now the team, they're eggheads running it. They're not necessarily football players. That Miami team is taking a hit because of it. They're getting smashed.
The biggest problem Belichick had was he never, as big as he was, he would look at a guy like Deebo Samuel and go, well, I can stop him as a defensive coordinator, and therefore he wouldn't draft him, which, by the way, that happened. Okay? He never appreciated, well, I can stop him, but does that mean anybody else can? Okay? He never looked at it from that perspective, and that hurt him, especially on offense.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Did
And that's
he
what.
admit that? He admitted that, or somebody
No,
said that?
the people around him said the problem with Bill Belichick was he would look at a player like you. There's no way sometimes he would go after a star player. A lot of times he wouldn't. He was like, well, I can stop him. I'm like, well, yeah, you're one of one though.
Mhm.
There's how many Bill Belichick's defensive coordinators in this? He's probably the greatest defensive coordinator ever lived. I'll give him that. So he would say that like, well, almost like anybody could do it. The reality is no, not anybody could. You might be able to stop Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne, but when Peyton Manning was not on the field, he was throwing 50 touchdowns around the league. He ran into you and that awesome defense you had, and that's the one defense that can stop him.
Yeah.
But that's the way he looked
Yeah,
at
I mean,
it.
that team personally robbed the Colts of probably 3 Super Bowls.
Yes, they did.
That Patriots team.
They did. But the thing is, Vrabel doesn't look at things that way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Belichick's coaches with fundamentals. He takes that, but there's other stuff like with he doesn't deal with the press the same way. He doesn't deal with his players the same way.
Well, don't forget,
So that's what
he's
Vrabel-
younger, he's more modern.
He's more in tune.
more in touch
Yeah,
with the game.
he's more in tune.
That's a big part of the game now. You can't just be an old school. Like I felt, I'm a Cowboy fan, so for me to say this, you obviously don't like me. I actually felt bad for Joe Gibbs when they brought him back because the game had passed him by. He won 3 Super Bowls. Great coach.
He won 3 Super Bowls with 3 different quarterbacks.
I know.
He's the only coach to ever do that.
Didn't he get back to the playoffs though? I think he did.
First year or second year?
He wasn't terrible, but he was not the same.
No.
I mean,
The game
that
had-
guy
I
had a
remember towards the end before he retired, the second time, I remember he called timeout twice,
Yeah.
back to back, and cost them field goal range.
Yeah, he
Like,
started to
didn't know
lose
he didn't know the rule or something like that,
Yeah.
and it was kind of like.
I think we saw kind of, well, it happened differently, but I think that's what happened to Belichick too. I think the game passed him by. He just,
Yeah, but he's killing it now in North Carolina.
Oh,
you see
yeah,
that
he's
story?
really eating it up.
Well, we're going to talk about that segment 2 coming right up. We're going to find Yoda, Joe Blue, all our friends, and maybe a cocktail or two. We'll be right back on the other side. Tommy, hit that little red square.
Oh,
Segment 2 coming right up.
my pleasure.